Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Time for October favourites, and I have quite a few items that have kind of struck a chord for me this month. I have, in contrast to the last few months, actually been wearing quite a lot of makeup every day. I think that's just maybe partly the time of year. Just feeling I wanted to look a little more groomed, and also experimenting a little bit more, not only with new purchases, but particularly things that I've got in my stash, because I have so much makeup that's barely touched. One thing I have found, and I guess this makes it a kind of favourite, is that looking at people's Instagram feeds on those I follow who show photographs of makeup has kind of made me shop my stash a little bit more, because quite a few of the people that I follow don't just show new makeup, but show a mixture of new and older items. And when I see those, it kind of jogs my memory for things that I have in my stash, and makes me pull them out. So an example of that would be one of the two Chanel eyeshadow palettes that I used a bit this month. This is a palette, I think, from holiday 2012, and it was called Harmonie du Soir. And part of the reason I pulled this out, being reminded of it by Instagram, was seeing a lot of the photographs of the palette for this year's holiday collection, which looks to me from the photographs to be, I won't say a dupe, but very, very similar to this 2012 one. They've definitely rearranged the way the palette is set out. So the gold this time from the photographs is down here. It's slightly more yellowy than this one, which is a true gold. And then the pink satin is up here, and there is a taupe, and there is what looks to be a more reddy plum than this purplish plum, but it's a very similar palette. So when I go to purchase mine, hopefully this week, I'm definitely taking along this one to check out the new palette, to see whether I really need it. But anyway, seeing those photographs reminded me of this palette. It's a lovely palette. They're really pretty colours that can give a lot of different looks. I mean, not surprisingly, I use the gorgeous taupe quite a lot, and the kind of rosy satin. If you want to amp it up for the evenings, this is a beautiful smooth gold with no fallout. And then particularly fashionable at the moment, this kind of coppery plum. So I was pleased to pull that one out and used it a couple of times this month. Let's put I'll try and keep the plastic just to give extra protection against drying out, because it's a couple of years old already. And then I've also been using this autumn's, what was this one called? Tisé d'automne. Unsurprisingly. It looks barely touched, but I promise you I have been using it a lot. This is their kind of newer formulations. I've been particularly loving this gorgeous bronze. It's looking a bit paler in there. That's a bit better in the monitor. Makes a really nice eye, combined again with the less satiny, I mean it's still a satin, but less shiny pink. And I like khakis as well, but you have to use them a bit carefully. I haven't been using this one in the corner as much. It's a bit too matte for me, but great for lining, I guess. So I've been enjoying that one. And with both of those, I've been pulling out my favourite Stylo Yeux. I've got a drawer full of these. They bring out the seasonal colours. The two limited editional seasonal colours I've been using a lot, particularly Ardent, which is, you know, this gorgeous coppery bronze, really pigmented, really soft, lasts well. And with that Harmonie du Soir and other plum looks. This is an old one called Purple Berry, which I've used a lot and I like a lot, particularly at this time of year. So that's been coming out. But, you know, honestly, any of the Stylo Yeux are just foolproof liners for those who like crayon liners and don't have particularly steady hands, so need one that's easy and smooth to use. Gosh, there's a lot of Chanel here, isn't there? Can I also mention a standout autumn product? You know I love the polishes from Chanel, but I do think this is a particularly special one. This is Trou Blanc. It's still available. You should get your hands on it because I think it will become one of their classic ones that is difficult to pick up secondhand in the future. It's just an amazing polish. I've worn it 3 times this month, and you know, given I change up my nail polish a lot, is a lot for me. What can I say? When you apply it, it sometimes looks almost like a kind of graduated look. The way it reacts to the light shining on it makes it look more red at the base and more kind of goldeny at the tips. It's also one of these polishes that looks completely different in electricity to how it looks in daylight. It's just an amazing duochrome. Good formula as well, because these in other makes often chip or wear more easily. If you like duochromes, do get this one. I've also been loving, more than I expected to, Rouge Gorge, which is this rather alarming bricky colour. I find it really makes my blue eyes pop. You can see, although I've been using it a lot, barely looks used because it's pretty pigmented. I find I've been wearing it actually on its own with a bit of liner, either black or amazingly navy blue, looks good to me, or as a base for other shadows under the Tease d'Automne, for example. Really, really like it. And the other cream eyeshadow that I've been turning to a lot this month is the Burberry in, what colour is this? Gold Copper, that I'd ordered off the website. I am thinking of getting some more of these. Now look, you can see I've made quite a dent in this, although I've only had it a month. Compare with, you know, the Rouge Gorge. I would say I've worn them about equally. So that shows how much more of this one you need. It is a far less densely pigmented colour, slightly different formula, although it's got the kind of cushiony feel. But it is really nice. I really like it. Gives a really good natural bit of polish to the eye, and I would definitely look at getting some more of these. I think this might be something I'll actually use up, for goodness sakes. Unusual for me. Gosh, that's about the only one. I should show you the other Burberry product I bought at the same time. This is the contour stick. Now, there were a few negative comments about this on my video about it, which was interesting. I find this is incredibly easy to use. It blends out easily, but definitely leaves a contour colour for me. And I find the shape is just very easy to position, particularly for my kind of hollows of the cheek contouring. And I also have used it, not as frequently, on the eye, not over the eyelid itself, but above the socket to give a false socket to me. And both of those work. But a number of people, 2 or 3 I think, have commented that it blends out to nothing on their complexion, and also that it creases on eyes. As I say, I don't actually use it on the eyelid. I use it in the way they show in their video on the website, above the eye, which, you know, is slightly different skin if you've got slightly oily eyelids. I did wonder as well if people weren't choosing the right one, because this is medium number 1. There is a darker one for darker complexions. I mean, this definitely wouldn't show up if you aren't pale. I'm very pale. And I do think Burberry, as a brand, caters very much more to English, Northern European colouring. So, you know, those who've got more tanned and less wintry looking skin may not like this product, but I like it a lot. I've used it a lot. I also kind of brought out of rotation Burberry lipstick. I've been wearing a lot of different lip products this month, but I have wanted a nude lip, and this is Field Rose. Just a very ordinary, you could say, pinky nude, but very comfortable formula. Doesn't last brilliantly, but, fine to reapply with stronger eye looks. And I've also been enjoying La Mysterieuse, which is one of the new Rouge à Lèvres velvets. Again, an easy to wear pinky red, which doesn't look too garish when you've got a stronger eye look. So been enjoying both of those, but other lip products as well. My favourite blush has been Golden Sun. I have been wearing Accent and Alexan a lot as well, but going for a fairly neutral blush. I did want to mention this Real Techniques brush. I don't know what it's called. A sculpting brush. So meant for your sculpting look. I've actually found it very useful for a couple of more dried out products. So basically where pigment is harder to get out. This is a very dense brush. So I've been using it with that older blush I was talking about. While it isn't an ideal shape, it's absolutely fine for applying blush. And the stiffness just helps with older products. So liking that. And a quick mention for Bel Respiro. Surprising myself liking to wear this very green fragrance in autumn. I would traditionally associate it far more with spring and summer, but there's something about this one, slightly kind of musky, sandalwoody undertone, not strong, but there, which seems to make it very appealing to my nose in autumn as well. So this was a new bottle and I've used it a fair bit in the last month or so. So those were my favourites for October, and I'm really looking forward to trying out all the holiday products in November. Until soon, again, bye for now.